Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Genius Sappheiros weekend. Right now, you see you actually have the option to pause the timer while you're in the main menu here, and that's what I have right now. That's why the timer's not going. I finally looked up what I needed to do to get that one formation I was trying to get in the Aku's place. So right now, I am in the Aku household, and what you have to do is you have to be inside the place, and you have to wait until it hits the hour mark. It doesn't matter which hour, it just has to hit the hour mark. I thought you were supposed to enter it exactly an hour, but that was wrong. You actually just have to be inside while the timer ticks over to an hour. So let me go ahead and unpause it. Also, I did a lot of grinding, mainly just to try to get Satori up to speed, as well as to get her some much-needed stuff. But okay, we passed over an hour, so now I talk to Aku. Aku, it's Keen. May I intrude on you? Miss Keen, please come in. It's about the mist, and you have business with Aku too, Keen? If it isn't Reimu, what would the Hakuri Shrine Maiden be doing here? I could ask the same of you. I'm here to borrow some of Aku's knowledge. Speaking of which, perhaps you should try to request for Miss Keen's assistance, Miss Reimu. What do you mean? Yeah, that may be a good idea. Miss Keen, the truth is... I see. You want me to assist in resolving the incident? Yes. What do you think, Miss Keen? I'm sorry. I cannot leave the village in its current state, but please accept the power this formation will bring. Gensokyo Wall gained. This tactic will assist in resolving the incident. It'll be helpful. We'll gratefully accept it. Hehe, no problem. And that's how you get it. Alright, so we've now got a new formation, so let's take a look at that real quick. I believe, yeah, here it is. Gensokyo Barrier. It's a defense formation. Front row gets defense up, speed down. Middle gets defense up, speed down, and post defend. Post defend means after your action you'll be automatically defending, which is pretty useful. And then the rear of the formation gets defense up, speed down. So you lose a lot of speed, but you get a lot of defense. The bad part is everyone's close together, so AoEs will hit you, but at the same time AoE heals will also hit you. So it has its benefits, and you know, same thing. Blah blah blah. So far we've gotten 40.7% of the formations in the entire game. I'm hoping to trigger a few more, but I'll deal with that later. Anyway, this part's gonna be a lot of talking because I gotta go over everything Satori has now. Satori's kind of hard to use. Even if you get her a bunch of monster spells, the problem with the monster spells is they're not as good as Patchoulie's or Marissa's magic, even though they could be of the same element. And furthermore, they're also very expensive. Even if you use the growth tree, and if you follow the enhanced learning tree, actually lowers the cost of those spells, but it still doesn't. It only drops it by 25%, and that's hardly enough to actually make much of a difference. So that's kind of her issue. As you can see, Satori only has 90 MP at level 15, while Patchoulie has 134, and Patchoulie's spells are cheaper than Satori's. So, and Marissa's are even cheaper than Patchoulie's. So Satori has an issue of just running out of MP, and it's really hard to deal with. Anything else I got? I'm trying to remember if I got any other drops during the grinding. I think we're good. Also, we're good. So, but the thing is, Satori has a lot of abilities that are pretty useful as well. Her regular spells are relatively cheap, and they're all AoEs. So you got a bunch of things like, you can see I have a bunch of new spells here. We got Hypnosis, well, we've already had Hypnosis. We got Bondage Art, which is a multi-target paralysis. We have Stupefy, which is Silence, which we already have. We have Art of Chaos, which inflicts great confusion, which I'm not exactly sure what that does. We have Collapse Art, which reduces physical attack to everybody, physical defense to everybody. We got reduces accuracy on everybody. Then we got reduces evasion on everybody. And then, as you can see, I have a lot of monster spells. I can do Fire Breath, which partially ignores defense, and it's affected by how much HP you have. Constrict, which is a strike ability that can cause paralysis. We got Blood Drain, which is what I showed in the little tutorial. Fang Crush, which is a 2-hit move. Fang Crush can actually be useful for fighting Yukuris, which I'll explain about Yukuris later once they start spawning. Skewer, which is a row-based attack that's piercing. And we got Spider Net, which is from the spiders in the basement. It's a small AoE that does damage and reduces accuracy and evasion. We got Fire Arrow, which is a single target fire spell. We have Ice, a single target ice spell, a single target earth spell, a single target electric spell, a single target mystic spell. And we also have Flame, which is a multi-target fire spell. We have Sweet Breath, which was that column sleep attack. We have Poison Mist, which is a multi-target poison, which was from those moths. We have Energy Drain, which is a dark element drain HP thing. It was from those little zombie dolls. And we also have Poison Art, which is her multi-target poison ability. I have Star Blaze, which is a single target light spell. Destruction Beam, which is a single target mystic spell. Frost, which is a multi-target water spell. Mind Blast, which was that spell that the Mind Flayers do. It's really, really powerful, and it inflicts paralysis. Now the thing about Mind Blast is it has 0 cooldown, that's why it's so deadly, which is why I usually use it. But I should probably be using Bondage Art, to be honest, so I'm going to go ahead and swap that in as well, just in case. I'll use Bondage Art, and if that doesn't work, I can always just do Mind Blast instead. Also, I know Demon Shock, which is a single target dark spell. I've pretty much gotten all the monster spells I can get right now, except for 2. One of them is Tentacle, which is from the little tentacle guys down in the Underworld. I can't get that until I hit level 20 with Satori, though that could be changed, but I'm basing it off my old list. The other is the AoE Light spell, which was from those little angel guys from the Forest of Magic. Unfortunately, I've just recently cleared out the forest, and despite constantly running away, eventually I killed everything and I didn't get it. I got hit by it a bunch of times, but it just didn't trigger for some reason. Also, while I was grinding, every time the group of 10 Kadamas would pop up, I would kill them, and I found out that Kadamas drop donation boxes, which is that special material used for Rainbow's gear. So right now, if we go to here, well, I'll just go to here. Right now, I have 4 donation boxes. Since I originally had 1, I managed to get 3 to drop from Kadamas, which is awesome. They don't seem to drop anything else besides their donation boxes and I think 1 other material. Actually, I could probably take a look. Records, Yokai, look at all of Yokai, Kadama. Yep, they can drop donation boxes. Pretty good stuff. Alright. So that's about it. You also notice why my formation has changed. I've got Moko in the center, and I have Nichiri and Sakia. Originally, while I was farming for monster abilities, I had Satori in the middle, but now I have Satori in the back row, and I have Patchouli there. I have Marissa kind of taking a break. I have all the points I really want for her, so it's not really a big deal. Speaking of, I've just been increasing my Perishable Knight. I put a point into strength for right now. I'm going to gradually get these abilities in that increase its physical attack power, but it's not a big issue right now. And furthermore, since we got access to new weapons, as you can see here, we got access to 2 tier 2 abilities, 2 tier 2 weapons. The thing about once you get beyond tier 1, all the items will require a special item, like the Celestial Peach, which we should be able to get from the upcoming dungeon. So I'll hopefully be able to show off some of the better weapons. Anyway, I think that's about it for right now. I could probably go ahead and start. I'll probably show off some of the extra gear for Reimu, simply because I got lucky with all of those drops. But for right now, let's go ahead and continue. I don't think there's anything else I need to show off. If you go back to Oko and Orin, I know one of them has, I believe each of them have a formation they can teach you once you do a certain requirement, but I don't remember what those requirements are. Well, I know what one of them is. One of them involves poison, which I'll deal with later. Okay, my frame rate's going a little wonky. That's better. Alright, now that we have Satori with us, we can go to the Netherworld, so let's go ahead and do that. As soon as my frame rate stops going bonkers. There we go. Netherworld, stage 6. We're at the Netherworld. It took quite a while to finally get here. So this is the Netherworld. It is my first visit here. The place is very much like what I had heard. There ain't any mist here either. I like the underground. Strictly speaking, this place is isolated from Gensokyo, so the mist not reaching here isn't surprising. Or at least, it sounds plausible. After all, there is the possibility that it is because the culprit herself is here. Even if that is so, why would Miss Yuyuko start an incident like this? Don't bother asking us. No one ever knows what that Yuyuko is thinking. If we want to know, we'll have to ask her directly. That's right. Whatever the case, it's a fact that the yokai and Gensokyo are suffering. And to resolve that, we have to keep going. Right. So let's get started, everyone. Alright. Also, I think I already mentioned this, but I'm putting points into trauma so I can build up my permanent status affliction rate. Speaking of... No, I don't have any. I forgot I don't have any induction items. Anyway, if you head back here, there's a chest here. Charismatic Ghost Band. The minimap actually kind of helps you that there's more to this particular starting section than meets the eye. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Charismatic Ghost Band will usually prevent death. Alright, we'll go ahead and use that. Paralysis, blind. Let's go ahead and put this on her for now. Doesn't really matter. There's a bunch of new abilities here. A lot of them involve death. This place is divided into two sections. You got these teleporters here. They'll teleport you to the upper realm. So you got this thing that looks kind of like Snake's Way, and down here is kind of the underworld type area, I guess you can call it. So we'll start up here. And we got Senpoku Konpakus, which are just toads. We're just gonna go ahead and just fight normally. Paralysis. Alright. I like how, oh yeah, I gave Neteri the crowbar. It's pretty funny. It looks like she's holding a giant Swiss Army knife. And we already got ourselves our first drop. Alright. Breath Snake Armor. Alright. If we go ahead and go to our equipment... Our snake armor gives more defense, it's medium weight armor, and has resistance to earth. I'm going to go ahead and equip it because I need the defense, and we'll keep going. Okay, these are dragon type enemies. Dragons have really high resistances to pretty much everything. They're kind of a pain. There are a couple moves you can learn from these things. What are these? They're called Voivers, I guess. There are a couple of moves I can learn from them, but I'll do that off screen. So let's just go ahead and auto attack. Paralysis, okay, that's good. Paralysis on both of them, good. It's gonna kind of suck when I have to switch to a different weapon that doesn't have paralysis, but I'll still have the instant death. Because once I intend on getting her a greatsword as soon as possible. Okay, a new enemy. Natural Killers. I think these things have really nasty drain attacks, kind of like Dissolve. So go ahead and take on those. Use that. And let's try out Bondage Art. I've actually never used this spell. I always kept using Mind Blast. But Mind Blast originally cost 20 MP, and with the 25% reduction, it's 15 MP. So even with that 25% reduction, it's still cheaper to just use your own spell, so I'll go ahead and do that. I suppose the one benefit, though, that Mind Blast has is it's a lot faster. It's faster than... if I had done Mind Blast, for one thing, it does mystic damage, but the other thing is it's faster. Like, it's practically... She would pretty much go first. The only person that will go before her will be Sakia, because she uses daggers right now. I'll go ahead and just go into auto attack mode. And there we go. Yay, leveled up, and we learned Perfect Square and Void Spirit. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at those skills. Perfect Square uses 2 bombs, stops enemy movement, so it's a stop spell. I don't know how reliable it is though, so I've never used it. And where is it? Void Spirit sets all the land ratings to neutral, which that can be useful too. Though usually you want the lands to be at least some element. But it's a reset button, so it can't be that bad. Alright, it's a bunch of these guys. If you've already seen what Mind Blast does. Whoa, my frame rate just went wonky. Alright. I can do Poison Art, but probably it's not going to do much right now. If you can get Satori's Tier 2 Eyeball, it can definitely help you out. It has the ability to increase poison damage, among other things. Hellclaw's Assassination. That's one of the moves you can learn. What was that? I think that was Poison Breath. You can actually learn that too. Fortunately, I didn't succeed, so that was my one chance. But I'll get it next time. Also, I forgot to mention a little tutorial about learning skills. You have to, if you learn a skill, that's the only skill you can learn in that combat. So once you learn a skill, that's it. It's not really a bother in regular combat, but in boss fights, you kind of have to pick and choose what ability you want to get from them, if any. Sometimes you don't really want to bother because you can very easily die from the digest. Yeah, nasty little attack there. And it looks like my frame rate's just going to hell now. Oh, I'll keep it going for a bit longer. Oh, if you step on this crack here, it will, I believe you fall through. So I'll go ahead and show that off real quick. Whee! These are kind of one-way passageways. You use them to open this switch here, and then you can go right back to where you were. Some of them aren't as friendly as this one. Also, there's different enemy types, depending if you're on the surface or down here. Like, you have to deal with the beheaded Kistiga Garba, and then the ghosties. Right now, go ahead and go after the ghosties. Fight whatever. And we got ourselves a material drop. The Celestial Peach has a rare chance of dropping off of pretty much any enemy in this area, I believe. There are also a few in the chest, so I do intend on farming for some of them, just so I can get a few, items. Because I don't want to get Sakia stuck with using daggers forever, even though that could be something fun to do. Launching rings. I believe these are speed... nope, induction. Raises induction slightly. This could be good for Sakia, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to Satori. For right now. Alright, Swordsman and Shigenjas. Shigenjas, you can actually learn like a healing spell from them, but I think it's a high level one. And it's kind of tricky to learn. You have to do some fancy charming and control magic, I think, to get it to work right. Oh well, for right now, let's go ahead and do an auto attack. Instant death. Got ourselves an accessory out of it. Head splitter. I believe that's a move I can learn. Mass heal. Yeah, you can learn mass heal from these guys. It's actually kind of useful. Because it gives you another healer besides Reimu and Sune. But the only way you can... Learning healing spells for monsters is rather difficult. You have to time your abilities to do it right. Daybreak Amulet. Silver Key. Okay, it's pretty much just like the Shower Amulet, but it's for light, and makes you weaker against dark. Fight you guys. Gale Sword. And I learned Gale Sword. Yay! I'll mark that off my list. Pretty much I kind of have to rely on AoEs right now, because I don't want to deal with learning skills. I'll do that off screen, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to do. I had some frustrating encounters. Like, I would have my character just with only the monster left that has moves I want to learn, and it just kept using like a move that wasn't the one I wanted, and just eventually just killed Satori, and then we'll do the move. Surprise attack by Yokai. Alright, these things are... Darknesses. I think they know death magic as well as, you know, various dark spells. Nothing too fancy. And it looks like we got ourselves another accessory. Oh, and we literally learned 0 Kelvin Busker. This is like a stronger version of the ice attack she already knew. But it uses a bomb and it has a wide, I believe it's an AoE. Echo Amulet. Echo Amulet is just like the Daybreak Amulet except for dark. Alright. So I pretty much have all the elemental amulets like that. Okay, nothing here. There might be some secret passages, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Kinda just want to explore at the moment. Kill this ghosty. Instant death to something that's already dead. Keep on going. More of these guys. The first half of this dungeon is pretty easy. You might have a little trouble with like the dragons depending on what your party setup is. I will say that I'm doing rather well. Not just because it's on easy mode, but this is my second time through most of these areas. Majority of these areas, rather. So I kind of learned from my mistakes from before. I don't waste as much MP, I use better weapons. Shadow Boom. I believe you can learn Shadow Boom. There are a lot of moves you can learn, but a lot of them kind of overlap. And some of them are definitely not as strong as others, but still cost more MP. That's kind of why Satori's not exactly the best, but she does have some really unique spells that are spells you cannot get anywhere else. Like Leaf Barrier, which if I ever get that ability, I'll definitely show that off. Speaking of, I didn't spend my points, did I? I only have 1 point. 2 points, 0 points, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point, 2 points. Okay. Yeah, as you can see here, I now know Chain Magic with Marissa, so she has a chance of casting multiple times. It's just the same spell over and over again. But I mean, casting twice in one round is a very powerful thing. Alright, there's a chest over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Snakeskin, okay, that's a Sune crafting item. So she at least has 2 now. Kinda wish I had that AoE light spell now. Oh well. Panic. I don't think you can learn Panic. death. Okay, chest here. Rusty blade, that's some material for Yomu, I believe. Okay, I think we're good here. Bridge over here. Billboard. Effective against physical attacks. Don't really need it. $60, $48, $50. That's pretty good. High evasion. Yeah, why not? I'll try it. It won't matter soon once I get a 2-handed weapon. Alright, we got Always. I don't remember anything about these guys. Strange voice. Oh, that's right. They can confuse you. I don't think you can learn it. You can't learn Bane either. Satori's eye attack is kind of weird, but right now she's using like her very beginning weapon, so that's why she does like no damage. Alright, Satori leveled up. Awesome. And we'll head down here. Okay, that made things easier. Oh yeah, what's... Oh, that's right. The crowbar has bonuses against the constructs. That's why she's doing so much damage to the statues. That's why the screen flashes green when Netherworld hits these things. I swore those things had instant death attacks, but I guess they don't. They do have Bane, which does Curse, but that's about it. Alright, more of these things. I don't think there's anything you can learn from these. I don't even think they have any good drops. Okay, they have a drop at least. Okay, got a power-up and a nimble ring. Alright, that's actually something useful. Nimble ring increases agility, which will increase your speed and evasion. Who can I give this to? I can give it to Sakio for now. And in here is a Moonfang Sky Piercer G. Go ahead and take a look at that. We can compare it to Reimu's spear. Or lance, rather. It's stronger, will occasionally strike a column. Shield's unusable, column attack 20%. What that means is, whatever unit she's attacking, if she meets that 20% requirement, it will hit everything that's in a column where that enemy is. So if you have a column of enemies lined up, it's possible to hit all of them at the same time. I'll go ahead and give it to her, might as well. Of course, I'll probably end up giving her her unique weapons soon enough, because I have so many of those donation boxes. I'm just glad there's places you can farm those, because it's really annoying not having any of your specific materials. and just have nothing but rocks and iron. Alright, we can loop around here. An eyeball. That's a special material for Satori. And we got a bunch of bad guys. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but you can, I did confirm it. You can learn attacks even if it kills you. So like if an attack kills Satori, she can still learn it the moment it kills her. It'll just show the light bulb and says she learned it, and then she'll just die. Which generally happens a lot when you're trying to teach her certain moves. Alright, I think we got everything in this area. Yep, it was just nothing but treasure. Not that I'm complaining. Fortunately, I haven't seen any celestial peaches yet. I kind of wanted to get one, to at least show you guys some synthesis. I have yet to actually craft anything for you guys. Alright, well, we've got a few more areas to check out. So let's head down here. Ooh, this thing. This is a Herbalist Voligar. This is kind of like that weird hawk thing that we fought in the previous dungeon. You can consider them practically like mini bosses. They're very annoying to deal with. We'll go ahead and do dual raid. I'll try to mind blast it. Never mind, it's paralyzed already. And it's apparently immune to Mystic. So yeah, if you can get it paralyzed, you're in a good place. If you can't get it paralyzed, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. This thing, I believe, has the ability to kill your character and then raise it to the as a zombie that'll attack you. I think. I might get them mixed up. I don't really want to test it out. I think I'm pretty sure it has moves it can teach me, but I'm not gonna test it. I'm just gonna kill it. Get a bunch of experience. Okay, a bunch of toads. Oh, a toad and a bunch of dark elementals. Shadow Boom! We learned Shadow Boom! Yay! Oh, and last word. And Poison Breath. Okay, I can't learn that because I already learned Shadow Boom. And can't learn Shadow Burst because I already learned Shadow Boom. Okay, never mind. Fortunately we died, so not gonna be learning anything right now. Get some lightning in there. But at least we learned another move. That's good. Saves me trouble for later. When I first played this game on the regular version, I gained a lot of experience and like points and all that stuff just from trying to get moves. Like I would just go through all the areas trying to learn all the moves I can, and then if I don't learn all the moves, I just move on. I guess I should show off the moves we just got. I'll do that in a second. Okay, I'll do it right now. Alright. Skills, Satori. We learned Gale Sword. It's a multi-target physical attack, I think. I'll assume it is. But it has the ability, has Slayer of Birds, so it does extra damage to bird-type enemies, or avians. And then the other move we learned was Shadow Boom, which is a single-target dark attack, which is a little bit more expensive than Demon Shock by 1 point. Not sure if it's worth it or not. I'm generally not that worried about those types of moves. So I'm going to target that. that was easy. Okay, we can just do auto attack on this. Man, Saki's doing awesome with that freaking dagger. I almost don't want to switch it. I mean, she doesn't do as much damage as using a two-handed sword, but she's just... it's either paralysis or instant death, just over and over again. Alright, let's finish exploring this area. Teleporter there. Pit there. Instant death. Poison breath. Nope, didn't learn it. I might not be the right level to learn poison breath. I don't remember the requirements. Pretty sure I can learn it. It's a small percentage though. Alright, well... oh, there's a bridge we haven't gone down. Might as well reveal the entire area. Ooh, almost fell in the pit. Oh, treasure box. Serpent knife. Let me guess. Oh, has the chance of causing blind. It has Slayer Aquan. I don't want to give it... well, I'm going to have to give it up anyway. So, we'll go ahead and switch over to the serpent knife and get used to the fact I won't have paralysis. Okay, well... only option now is to fall in the pits. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll fall in this one. And, okay. I believe this brings me to the next area. Yep, it does. We'll deal with that later. And blind right off the bat. I currently have 20 points in the dagger tree, which pretty much gets me everything except the very final ability, which I don't want. And I'm pretty much going to do the same thing with the two-handed sword. Once I get it, I'll just put 20 points in it. And what I usually do is, if I'm fighting a boss, I'll take the final 5 points for murder and move it over to the two-handed sword to learn the final ability, which is a triple strike, which has its uses. Don't think I'll be able to show it off anytime soon, but we'll see. Leg sweep. Great confusion. Alright, and there's a path down that way. Okay. Well, let's go down then. Alright, there's a treasure over there. Magic mushroom, specific item for Marissa. Okay. Can't focus. That's because of the blindness. There's a path here that you can take to get to this area. I'll deal with that in a second though. Okay, I lied. I'll deal with it now. Yeah. Alright, let's go around this then. Go down, around, and fight these things. Huh, curse wore off. Definitely like this setup. It feels like I'm actually doing stuff. Let's see. I always had to rely on like AoEs to take care of everything, but with this I can at least do damage. Alright, we'll go ahead and learn physical attack plus 20. And that should be it. Yep. Oh, I can also learn shield evasion plus 40%, so we'll go and take that for Alice. Eventually I will use Alice, I just don't need to right now. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to find any materials, unfortunately. I know there's at least like 2 chests that have celestial peaches in them. But if I don't find them, it's not going to be any good. What gets really frustrating is if you, when I first got like a celestial peach or whatever, I end up dying in combat and I end up losing all of the items, including the celestial peaches. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright. Path over there. Which means there's going to be an enemy over here. Also, don't get too attached to your party members. Don't forget, you need to make sure you grind everyone up to appropriate levels eventually. It's not too big of a deal, because you can easily get them caught up by just grinding in your most recent dungeon. But you'll need to use everyone eventually. There'll be parts where you have to use multiple parties. So, just keep that, you know. Alright, we can go this way. Sewing needle, special item for Alice. And more of these guys. Silence. And instant death. I like how there's stats that actually influence how effective your status effect abilities are. So you can actually make characters that are, you know, focused on doing status effects and actually make them effective and not reach a point in the game where they're completely useless. Ah, deflected head splitter. And we got ourselves another drop. Alright, strength ring. Well, that's going to be self-explanatory. Raises strength slightly. It raises it enough to get 6 points of physical attack. Go ahead and have it. Alright, let's finish this room off. There's a chest down here. Death mail. Death mail has higher defense, higher M defense, and it actually gives resistance, which means it gives you resistance to status effects. We'll definitely use it. And sponge armor's not much of an upgrade, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, and I don't think there's anything else in this room. Okay, let's go kill you guys. Instant death. Oh, their physical attack actually has a chance of doing Great Confusion. Still don't know what it does. Anything in here? Nope. Alright, this video's gone on long enough, so I'll finish this room off and then call it a video. Sorry I couldn't show off crafting. I'll try to hold back and not craft anything until I can at least show you guys. It's nothing special, but might as well, you know, let you guys see the first time I craft something. Having it on easy mode does increase the chance of doing status effects, so that might be helping the fact that helping my instant death effects. But quite frankly, I'm not complaining because you've seen what some of these monsters can do. I've nearly died. You guys probably haven't seen it during my grinding, but I have nearly died a few times. Oh great, this guy. This is a Shade. He has Death Breath. He has a lot of abilities that cause instant death. He's not fun. Do Dual Raid. I want to go ahead and do Royal Flare because I don't really want to deal. He has a bunch of moves you can learn from him, but I really don't want to deal with him. Star Blaze. Okay, that was probably a little overkill. Alright. These guys. But yeah, those Shades can do death attacks. They also have really powerful dark attacks, and if Dark Element takes over on the field, they regenerate pretty quickly. It gets really nasty if you fight two of them at once. Okay, a bunch of you guys. You know what? Let's go ahead and just do Mind Blast. Paralyzed, all of them. I practically lived on that spell when I originally played through this game. I would just paralyze as much as I can. It just really sucked when it didn't work. So then you wasted 15 MP. Silver Tray, special item for Sakio. More of you guys, really? Shouldn't be complaining, it's giving me more stuff. Due to the fact I've been buffing my permanent status effects with Satori, that paralysis lasts for a while. We're talking like at least 5 turns or something ridiculous. And Manipulate Puppet. Alice is level 20 now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Manipulate Puppet. Attacks, block attacks at allies with own shield, best if used on the same column. Okay, it's just an improved form of the shield, other ability we're using. Squall Hairpin, I believe that's plus speed. Yeah, increases speed. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video, because I'll see about finding a Celestial Peach later, I guess. So, I'm the Depressed Dior, and this was Genius of Sappheiros Weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Welcome back everyone, I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Genius of Sappheiros Weekend. I'm briefly just starting this video again, just so I can show that I missed this chest over here while I was passing by. You just go over here, and you get a pagoda, which is just reduces the chance of restrict, which will increase your gives you a little bit of resistance to all confusion, blind, and silence. So there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here, and when we come back, I'll actually be ready to start an actual video. So be right back, everyone.